E.N.D here. Throne of Eldraine gave us a new mechanic, the mechanic adventure. Adventure, here I have two examples, Flexen Intruder, Formire Knights. We have seen quite a good number of cards with the adventure ability, with the adventure mechanic, and today I'm going to give you a tutorial how the adventure works. Basically, adventure is a second card in a card. Similar to the Ravnica split cards, you have two cards in one card. One is an instant or a sorcery. For the time being, I didn't see no enchantment, artifact, or any type of other adventure, only instant and sorceries, and the other type is a creature. How this mechanic works? There are a couple of rules related to adventure, and let's do a tutorial together to show you how adventure works. First of all, let's build our battlefield. Let's put some lands that we need for mana. We'll put some lands on our battlefield. I am putting 4 forests and 4 swamps. Let's put our deck in place. This is our battlefield. How we're going to play adventure. Basically, it says that if you play the adventure, you will pay the cost of the adventure. In this case, it's Profane Insight, 2 and 1 black. It's an instant. You draw a card and you lose 1 life. Once you play the adventure, if the spell resolves, that is, if it's not countered, you exile the card, you will exile the card, and then you can cast the creature, not the adventure, only the creature, later on in the game. So, I'm going to play the Profane Insight. Obviously, when I have this card in hand, I have the option to play the adventure or the creature. If I play the adventure, I will exile the creature. If I play the creature, I cannot cast the adventure. This is very important. If I play the creature, if I pay 1 black and I put the creature on the battlefield, I cannot play the adventure. I can play the adventure only and only if the card is in my hand and I can cast the adventure instead of the creature. If the creature is dead, is destroyed, is exiled, that will go exile and will go in the graveyard, and the adventure cannot be casted. This is very important. So let's begin. I'm going to cast the adventure Profane Insight. I'm going to pay 2 and 1 black. 2 and 1 black. And I'm going to put the adventure on the stack. If the card, if the spell, if the instant adventure Profane Insight is not countered, because once you play an instant, obviously your opponent can respond to the instant. If the spell is not countered, I will draw a card and lose 1 life. As the spell resolves, does not go in the graveyard, it goes immediately exiles. Yes, this card will obviously defies Leyline of the Void. It does not go in the graveyard, it goes in exile immediately. Only if we play the adventure before playing the creature. Then, once the creature is in exile, and because of the adventure, Now I can pay 1 black and cast the creature and put it on the battlefield. Obviously, at this step, when you cast the spell goes on the stack, and it can be responded by the opponent. It can be countered, it can be destroyed, it can do anything that an opponent can do at instant speed. If the spell resolves, it goes in the battlefield. This is the adventure, how it works. Now, a little bit of rules. If, for a reason, the card is in your hand and is put into exile, let's say Thought Erasure and Leyline of the Void, Thought Erasure will make you discard this card, it goes in the graveyard, and it's put into exile because of Leyline of the Void. If the creature is in exile, but not because of the adventure mechanic, the creature cannot be casted. If you play a Path to Exile, anything that will put the creature into exile from the battlefield or even from your hand, if the creature is in exile and it was not put in exile because of the adventure mechanic, the creature will remain in exile. This is how the adventure mechanics works. It's very important. Let's do another example with Fluxen Intruder. Fluxen Intruder, 1 green, it's a 2/1 human berserker. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you may sacrifice it. When you do, destroy target artifact or enchantment, and has an adventure. An adventure called Welcome Home, 5 and 2 green. It's a sorcery. You create 3/2 green bear creature tokens. How it works, obviously, the same thing. If I want to play the creature, I just pay 1. I hope the focus will come back again. I will play 1 and cast this creature. Once you cast the creature, at the stage the creature can be countered, can be interacted, can be responded, but the adventure cannot be played. If you play, I hope it gets back, if you play the adventure and you put the 3/2 green bear tokens, then the card goes into exile. Once the creature is in exile, you can cast the creature from exile anytime you can cast a creature. You can cast it in the same turn that you played the adventure, or also you can leave the creature there and you play it later on in the game. If the card is in exile because of the adventure, the creature can be casted or on the same turn or at a later stage, always when you can cast a creature spell. I hope you understand well how this new mechanic works. Adventure seems to be a very interesting mechanic, a very perfectly found mechanic with Throne of Eldraine. You can leave me a comment below if you like this mechanic, if you agree with this tutorial. And here in the subscription button, subscribe for my channel for more interesting videos about Throne of Eldraine and the collectible world.